Hi everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Stay Chatting.
Chatting. What are we talking about today?
We're talking about how people need to stand up for themselves.
I like this.
You like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you like
Yeah.
it? Have you always been good at standing up for yourself? You speak your mind a lot. I feel like not a lot of people step over you, step down on you. Is that the word? No?
Step down?
Step over you? Yeah. I feel like not all people.
Step all over you?
Yeah. People don't do that to you because you have a very strong personality.
I like to think so.
Right?
Yeah.
Me, on the other hand,
I mean, sometimes I'll stay quiet. That's about it.
that's not people stepping over you.
No, yeah, no.
I have 3 stories today. Okay, story number 1. Am I the asshole for using my husband's salary to make a point to his family after he told me I should stand up for myself instead of expecting him to do it for me?
Oh, so he's either rich and using his money to make herself look good, or she's bashing him.
Because he's broke as fuck.
Yeah. Ooh.
My husband and I are doing okay financially. We make enough money to not worry about rent and necessities. We are saving a decent amount and having scope for growth in our careers. I make a little more than a third of our combined income.
So if they both make 100 combined, she makes a little over 33.
Okay,
So he makes more.
so he makes more. Okay. We are both in our late 30s and we have 2 6-year-old boys. I have never liked my husband's family, most of them anyways, because they have a lot of old fashioned opinions and don't really approve of me. We don't have a lot of contact, so it's okay though. My husband's cousin's wedding is this week and they are getting married in our city, so he offered for his parents and aunt and uncle to stay with us. Bride and groom are renting a place. It is a bit of a squeeze, but it is working. They have been here for 2 days now, and on the first day, I heard them having a whole discussion on how it's sad that our children won't get to have a proper childhood with a mom at home.
Get the fuck out of my house, bruh. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. You come into my household saying shit like that. Yo, the second I hear that, get the fuck out of my household.
Okay, let me
Yo.
finish. Won't get to have a proper childhood with a mom at home like my husband and his cousins got. Damn, are you okay?
And if that's not the husband saying that, get the fuck out of my household, you should be dumping him too.
While they were in the living room and I was in the kitchen and they knew I could hear. I was stewing, but I don't really like confrontation, so I didn't say anything. Later, I asked my husband if he could please tell him to shut the fuck up. Sorry, shut up. With the snide comments about me. He said that that's just their opinion and it's not really hurting me. If I'm bothered, I should learn to stick up for myself and that he can't always do it for me. This sort of struck a nerve because it's true that I usually ask him to do small things, like telling the drive-through person if our order is wrong, because it just makes me feel weird and guilty. But somehow it feels like more his responsibility because it's his family involved here.
Facts.
Anyways, so today my father-in-law made one more pointed comment during dinner, and I said, your son makes X amount of money. We live in a big city and rent is X amount of money. We literally cannot live on his salary, so I don't know why you think I should be home all day. They were pretty quiet after that. Now my husband is really angry with me because I put him down in front of his family who are all richer than us and will look down on him. Am I the asshole?
Hell's nah, bruh. Yo, I would have done the same thing. You ain't defending me? You told me to stand up for myself? I got you. Not the asshole. If you letting them talk about me the way they just spoke about me, and you're like, that's just their opinion. In my household, and all I got as ammunition is your broke ass. Yeah, I'ma use it. Not the asshole.
What is wrong with this husband?
Yo, what's wrong with this whole family coming into my household? I said
And
this
talking
for the
like
third
that?
time. Yo,
The audacity to talk like that in my house.
first of all, honestly, if I was her, they wouldn't even have been there in the first place. Like even before all this happening,
Mm-hmm.
especially knowing they're rich. Yo.
But hey, when you think of it,
If you feel salty about it, you should have defended me in the first place.
yeah, there's so much going on in this family that
And they want her to stay, like be a stay-at-home mom. Yo, what she did, what she said was perfect.
yeah, they can't live without
Yeah.
2 incomes.
She said a third of the total income. So if my example of 100K is, that means he makes 60, she makes 30. Shit, not the asshole. And if
Crazy.
anyone in the comments says she's the asshole, that's crazy.
Nah,
but I
no
highly
one's
doubt
saying. No one's saying she's the asshole. They're like, bro, your husband and his family, crazy. Just divorce the guy. Divorce the whole goddamn family, bro.
it. Yo, 2 kids in though.
Man, I don't give a fuck. No, I'm joking. But how can you fix? How can you fix that?
Nah, you don't get into it. You don't have 2 kids with someone like that. She didn't like the family from jump.
Yeah.
Meaning that there have been other occasions that something similar has happened where they bashed her and he didn't defend her.
Yeah, but she also said that like they don't even spend time together.
Yeah, because of that, most likely.
Yeah, so like
So,
okay. Story number 2. Am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend that she needs to stand up to her parents?
so this is a me and you kind of story. Oh shit.
I'm like, did he write this? So I, male 26, have been dating my girlfriend, female 27, for 4 months now.
The only thing that like fucked it up is that 2 years ago. Because 2 years ago I was
Yeah.
25. Yo,
Things.
someone be living our lifestyle.
Yo, when I read
And
this,
he white, she Filipina.
when I read this, I was like, holy fuck. Things have been great. We have a lot in common, and I get along well with her family for the most part. But our main arguments lately have been about her parents' refusal to allow her to spend the night with me at my apartment. I have told her repeatedly that she is too old to be asking for permission and that she needs to put her foot down or her parents will never change, and I worry they will begin interfering in other aspects of our life. For some background, my girlfriend still lives with her parents, but she has a full-time job, her own vehicle, does not smoke or drink or even go out unless it's with me or her sister,
Bruh, yo.
and even pays some rent to her parents. But they will not allow her to stay with me and will call and text if she's out with me too late, usually around 10 p.m., saying it's time to go home. She even tells me she has tried talking to them multiple times, but it gets nowhere, and has even told them how it's not fair that they let her younger brother, male 21, spend the night at his girlfriend's, and they have flat out told her that it's because he's a male. We made plans to spend Thanksgiving, New Year's, and a few random nights together. Each time her parents will not allow her. Last week, we got into an argument over it and we spent about 2 hours talking about it late at night. I had a text from her dad asking where she was, and when I called him, he said how they were worried and about to go looking for her, and how I need to make sure it doesn't happen again. I didn't have my phone on me and I never heard hers go off, so I didn't know they were even reaching out. She had another conversation with them, and at first they said she was grown and knew what she was doing, so we decided to spend the night that weekend. Well, she comes over and at 11 p.m. they start telling her to go home. We got into a huge fight over it and I said some hurtful things like, I want to be in an adult relationship and you need to tell them to fuck off. Granted, I could have worded things better, but I let my frustration get the best of me. I told her I hate having my time with her dictated by others and how we have to put plans on hold, like going on trips, because of her parents. She mentioned that her dad told her before we even met that as long as she lives there, she needs to come home for the night. My girlfriend is asking me for patience and understanding and that eventually they will ease up. But it's getting more and more difficult for me to accept the situation. I have asked why she's so afraid of standing up to them, and she tells me it's because she doesn't want to strain her relationship with them and is concerned they will kick her out, for which she does not have the money to move out right now, so she wants to respect their wishes. Am I the asshole for asking her to stand up to her parents? When I read this,
You?
I swear I thought it was you writing it.
First of all, the only thing is towards the end there where she says she didn't have enough money. If ever she got kicked out, but she can move in with him.
Yeah.
He has his own apartment.
Uh-huh.
That's crazy. That's crazy. The fact that they're not already living together.
Yeah.
How long? Have they been?
4 months.
Too fresh, but still.
Yeah. Thoughts?
You want me to get into it? Yeah.
So, where should we start?
I mean, his feelings are valid. Her
Yeah.
feelings are
Yeah.
valid. Feelings are always valid.
Mm-hmm.
26, 27?
She's 27. He's 26. It's tough.
Crazy.
I understand her point of view, of course. That was literally my life, right?
Mm.
And I think the only reason why it really worked out with you and me was probably because, like he said, they have that urge to like travel together and like
Mm.
spend the night. Like it was kind of like not a necessity to spend the night together, but like it would have been easier to spend the night together,
100%.
right? And I don't know, I feel like us, it was really like, I don't know, since the beginning, we were like, okay, well, my parents don't let me sleep over,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
So at that point, it was so clear to you. But at the same time, we started dating at like 21, 20, and they're 26, 27. So like,
Different.
big difference, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. So I don't know if that would have worked out if we were their age
Mm.
and have that same
Especially if
mentality.
I had my own apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't have fun with
Uh-huh.
me, honestly.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I would have been as patient.
Uh-huh. And the fact that she has like a full-time job, like,
Own car,
yeah, like
everything.
she looks like she's doing the adult life.
Yeah.
And like I get that they've only been together for 4 months, so yeah, maybe it is too early to like move in together.
Mm.
I don't know.
Because her worry is more straining the relationship with the parents, right?
That's another thing too. If you have a good relationship with your parents, it's very understandable for her to feel that way. But the fact that she has such a great relationship, hopefully, she doesn't want to strain it, right?
Mm.
Who knows? But like I feel like that'd be already like a big enough reason to respect what your parents want. Well, her parents want, because she's
Yeah.
respecting what her parents want.
Yeah.
And if her relationship is that great, then he should be respecting it as well. Because
Yeah. Ish, to an extent.
no, for sure.
Because, like, the thing that worked out with us is that I didn't care about traveling. Still don't care about traveling,
Yeah.
right?
And we both didn't have our own places.
Yeah. My question is, how can you have a good relationship with your parents being,
Restricted.
yeah, to that extent?
Yo, some parents are like that, man.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. As a kid, like,
Like I don't know why when your parents restrict you to like, I get it's like cultural as
mm,
well,
mm,
but like we live in Canada, North America, where it's so different.
mm,
So like I get like the difference of living lives and like the difference that we see our friends live their lives, and then how our parents want to keep that cultural, household stuff.
mm,
So like I get it, but at the same time it's like me, I feel like I was very resentful a lot because I couldn't live a regular quote
mm,
unquote Americanized life.
yeah,
So like
yeah.
I don't know, I feel like you just have to have a good
But then
base
whenever
of a
something goes
relationship.
south, they're always like, "Oh, we came here to give you a better life."
Oh, besides the point. That's
Shit. No, but I'm just saying in general, that's usually what they say, right? Any immigrant, not just you. That's
yeah.
any immigrant. That's usually their go-to fucking saying. Like, "Oh,
It
I
doesn't
brought
matter.
you."
They give you a better life to come here, do your studies, and have a better life for you for that. Not to change your lifestyle and
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
I think she has a full-time job, has her own vehicle. She's doing all the adult things. I don't know.
Can't wait to read the comments on this one. I basically wrote in, bruh.
Mm-hmm.
But him, yo, 4 months. If like, would I tell myself if I was him, like I wouldn't keep the relationship going if she didn't stand her ground.
Mm-hmm. I feel like that's what people would do, right? Because I feel like that's what you could have done.
Yeah,
Why didn't you?
yeah. And you asked me that too.
Why didn't you? You're like, because I just don't give a fuck. We got to still hang out.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like if you were to put me in that scenario where like I had my own apartment and like you had a job, a car, all that, and then they would say the things that they would say, I'd be like, you know, back
Especially
then
at
it
that
was more
age.
like, yeah, at our younger age, where like you were still
I didn't have a full-time job. Like,
didn't
yeah,
have a full time
I
job,
get.
didn't have a car,
Yeah.
we're still somewhat in school.
Yeah.
I didn't have a job, like I had a full time job, but not like full time career job. Who am I to say, like, stay out, let's go. The fact that I'm not even the exploring type was like, all right, let's bring you back.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, right? It's because you didn't have that drive of like wanting to
Do
do
stuff.
things where it
Yeah.
would have to be out of town and like we'd have to
Yeah.
spend the night together.
Yeah.
But
Or like, oh, this event happens between 9 and 11 and they're calling you at like 10.
mm-hmm.
Bro, I would have been vexed.
Mm-hmm.
His feelings are more valid than hers. Huh?
Well, yeah, I feel like at this point it's like you're at a age.
Yeah. You can tell that either these two are both immigrants. One has traditional parents, one
And one
doesn't,
doesn't, yeah.
or one's just white.
And
And
one's
the,
immigrant,
yeah,
came from immigrant family.
yeah,
When we started dating, though, like I made it so clear. My family were very strict, and I was like, "You're in for the ride or not? Like, get the fuck out if you don't."
yeah. No, words for word.
That's not what I said.
You sure? Yeah. All right. Don't
Yeah,
don't tell me I didn't warn you.
basically, that's what I said. That's what I said.
So basically, yo, get the fuck out if you don't want it.
Yeah, I'm like, it might be rough, so you're either prepared and I warned you, or you run away now when I'm telling
And
you.
I don't blame you, cause I
Yeah,
know if I
yeah.
was you, I wouldn't do this.
Yeah, of course. It takes a lot to be dealing with like strict,
But if you want to do
restricted.
this, you get these cheeks. You know what I'm saying?
You're so disgusting. You're
You
actually.
know what I'm saying? Like if you staying for a ride, I would give you a ride now.
Oh my god! What the fudge? You did not just
Getting
say
winning.
that. You did not just say that. It's hard for I feel like someone that doesn't have a family like this. It's hard to understand it. This is one of the comments. Oh wow.
Eh.
Some people say not the asshole. Some people are like you are the asshole. Not the asshole. I don't think this is sustainable. You have expectations of a fully adult relationship. She's not willing to fight back against being treated like a child by her family, and apparently is not in a place in life where she feels comfortable to move out. Neither of you are assholes because of it, but this is not going to make it a happy relationship at all.
Mm-hmm.
And then they reply, I know this sounds stupid, but I think it would be easier for me to be more patient if I knew some sort of timeline for when they will ease up or if they would tell me why they are so overprotective of her.
Because you're not married or engaged.
Yeah. Someone says, you're the asshole. It was fine for you to ask her to stand up to them once or twice, but at this point, it's clear she won't do it. I don't know if this is cultural or her parents are extremely overly protective, but continuing to pressure her when it's clear she doesn't want her freedom enough to defy them isn't actually helpful for her. And he says, yeah, I understand that now. It's not my place to force her hand. I think it's a combination of cultural and overprotectiveness. Her mom grew up in a similar environment.
Okay. That makes it that much worse.
Ugh. Info, what culture are you from and what culture is your girlfriend from? We are both Hispanic. Our parents are from El Salvador, but we were born in the US.
So one traditional, one not. Or no, actually, they could both very well be traditional, but
But
he's
he's a
male.
boy.
Sexist.
I think my parents were pretty equal with that. Like my brother wasn't allowed to go on field trips either, I think.
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
no.
I remember you
And like
telling me that he would.
all those school trips that were like overnight?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, boys do get raped too.
Exactly. But that's the thing, like I feel like some parents like they're so like, oh, he's a boy, whatever.
Uh huh.
That's so stupid to me. Like
Yeah.
treat your kids the
But like
same.
at the same time, like it's stupid, but it's not. Cause what's more common,
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
So
But
like,
it's not common.
yeah.
I probably would, yeah, I'm just making it clear to him and or ask her. Because yeah, I feel like he said the timeline of it, and like he when he said, remember the comment?
He would be more patient if he knew what timeline, like how many years they would ease up.
Did you feel that way too? Somewhat? No. You didn't give a fuck.
No, I mean I did, but I didn't think about it just because of how young we were. Right? If it would
Okay.
still be like that where I live with my parents, you live with your parents, like God knows how I'd feel right now.
Yeah, like you said, the timeline would be nice.
Yeah. But that's just because of their age, right? The fact that us, we had a couple years in, got engaged, moved out.
Moved out, got engaged. You said got engaged, moved out.
Sorry, moved out, got engaged. Yeah.
That's very different.
Very different. Very different. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Because usually parents don't let you move out until you're engaged, bare minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But did you ever feel like once we were actually approaching the age of moving out, were you like, are we actually gonna move out?
Oh, 100%.
Did you think of like, is she actually?
No. You were already so determined just in the talking phase that you were going to move out that when you set your mind on actually moving out, I'm like, oh, this is going to happen.
Yeah. I
No,
mean,
I
it's
never felt no hesitation that like, oh, you're just bluffing, just like, we're just going to look at places to look at places.
mm-hmm.
That never crossed my mind. I'm like,
Mm,
oh, this is happening.
mm.
Mm. That was story number 2, huh?
Yeah. It's a long one, I
Yeah.
feel.
Should have kept that for last. So that just making me assume that the best one's even juicier than this one.
Well, I usually like doing the long
The
the
long
the
one in the
last
middle,
story
shorter.
short but good. Okay, story number 3. Am I the asshole for speaking Italian to my girlfriend's rude Italian American family and embarrassing them? Recently, I started dating a girl. She's great and I love her so much. I met her family a few nights ago for dinner. She warned me that the male side of her family is very big into macho and testing the boys the women date and are very big on taking pride in their Italian ancestry. I think besides the grandfather, however, they were almost all born in Bergen County, New Jersey. But whatever, it's nice to take pride in one's heritage. Long story short, at dinner, they kept making jokes at my expense. I honestly would not call it bullying, just things about my height, beard, and shaved head. They tried making fun of
Nah, yeah,
my
that's bullying. Nah, yeah. Nah, that's bullying. But yeah, go ahead.
they tried making fun of my IT job too, but stopped once I told them my income. It was
Mmm.
overall not a bad experience, but a not so pleasant one. Anyways, her older brother kept pushing things, giving me exceptional amounts of shit for playing lacrosse in high school. Apparently, it's a sport for prissy rich kids, not manly like football or baseball. He ended his rant by saying, "Hey, we're just a big Italian family. We're loud and tell it how we see it. Haha." And all the family except my girlfriend laughed. So I, for the next minute, responded to everything they said in Italian. My
Mmm.
girlfriend buried her head in shame. The grandfather laughed, and everyone else kept looking at each other, confused, before telling me they didn't speak Italian. I
Oh.
replied,
Oh.
then don't use your Italian heritage as an excuse to behave poorly when you can't even speak the language.
Yo.
They got mad, but the grandfather told them all I was right and to be quiet. My girlfriend isn't
Wait,
mad.
wait. Grandfather backed him up?
Yeah. My girlfriend isn't mad, just ashamed. I think the grandfather likes me, but word from my girlfriend's sister is that all the men are furious. Think I'm a smartass and that I'm disrespected them and their
Why?
masculinity in an unforgivable way.
Please tell me it's done.
So am I the ass?
No. No, you ain't. Bro, I say it how I see it.
That's crazy. The fact that he didn't
Done
use
deal.
that, the fact that he didn't use that is
Yo?
Oh, so there may have been some confusion as to my girlfriend's reaction. She was ashamed her family dug so deep into me, not
Mm.
about my response.
Oh.
After wanting to die for the next 48 hours, she agreed I did the right thing and that it was funny. Backstory: due to my dad's job, we lived in Italy for 3 years when I was younger, so I speak Italian almost fluently. It's been a while, so I've lost some of it. Bravo.
Brava. Nah, bro.
That was good, huh?
Wow. Best for last? Yeah, he's right.
Come on
Warmed
now.
my heart.
Oh my god.
Yo, the second you said that once he mentioned how much he makes and they went quiet,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is about to be good.
You're like, this
he
is about to
loaded
be.
up his bullet.
You're like, this is about to be a good story.
Yeah. But he missed. He missed this opportunity. I say it how I see it.
Top comment with 39K votes. LOL, not the asshole. The granddad knows it. He probably half roll his eyes every time they say they are Italian when he knows he's the last speaker. You shut them down in the most epic and appropriate way possible. Your girlfriend should be proud flaunting that her boyfriend is more Italian than any of them. Oh
Yo.
my god.
That's so crazy though. Like for the grandfather's side, where like you should low key feel ashamed that your kids don't know how to
Grandkids?
speak. Yeah, well, kids and grandkids, right? Because none of them knew how to speak it. Meaning the parents too. I'm assuming the kids' parents, because there's no way that the parents know the language and the kids don't. Being Italian,
I guess.
you know what I mean?
Because he also said all the men. So it probably was
Just the men.
no, the fact that it was like probably cousins and uncles and
Okay,
stuff.
okay. Come on, man. You can't be talking shit when you ain't the shit. Yo.
He stood up for himself.
Yo. He was taking all the insults like a grown person. And then he's like, I don't know if
Just
it's
watch
enough.
this.
Yo,
Watch this.
He's like, yo. Yo, he looked at his girl and be like, yo, dab me up because I'm about to fuck up your family. Honestly, if I was her, I'd still be embarrassed for them. Not for my boyfriend. For them. Because they getting ripped into. I'd be like,
So good.
yo.
Good for him.
There are good people in this world.
I wonder
still.
what's his nationality.
It's Italian, no?
No.
Or he just lived there for 3 years and that's why he picked it up.
I think so.
I thought he was born like in America.
He never mentioned
His dad was there because of work? Yeah, that can be.
he never mentioned that he's Italian.
Yeah. I hope he is.
If he's not though, that's even more impressive.
Yo.
Someone says, for the Italian heritage people I know, like my wife and in-laws, this would have been a bonding moment. This would have been the moment OP became like family to them.
Yeah, exactly.
Certainly not insulted.
Uh-huh. Because like, all right, you macho. You macho, bro. Okay. You can stand up for yourself. Shit.
Yeah.
Good last story. All right. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time. Peace. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Okay. Period. And we'll see you guys in the next
Episode of Let's Stay Chatting. Let's stay chatting.
Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.
See ya.